Welcome back to Evolve Day 10. Let's have a seat on our mat. We're going to bring the left foot in and then the right foot in front. Adjust the booty. Hands can be on your knees or in your lap. Shoulders down. Nice long neck. Crown of the head reaching towards the sky. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to take a few breaths, becoming present on the mat, leaving whatever stresses we have off of the mat for the next 30 minutes, trying to be as present as possible. As we inhale, we count to 4. As we exhale, we count to 8. Let's start by taking a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Last one. Let's gently open up our eyes. Reach the arms up overhead. Grab opposite elbows, shoulders relaxed. So we're not like this. Relax the shoulders. We're going to tighten the core by lifting the belly button in and up. Uddiyana Bandha. We're going to come over to the right, keeping both sits bones on the mat. Come through center and let's come over to the left. And back through center. Interlacing those fingers, bring them behind your head. We're going to touch left elbow to right knee. Come up. Right elbow to left knee. Come up. One more time. Open that chest. Shoulder blades come together as we inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Round it in. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale, round it in. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale, round it in. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls, just rowing the boat. And reverse. Keeping those fingers interlaced, we reach them up overhead. Coming over to the right. Back through center. Over to the left. And back. We're going to bring them out in front and then lift. Back through center and lift. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. So we're not lifting like so. Keep those shoulders relaxed. It doesn't matter if you can't get your arms all the way over your head. Do what you can. And release. Let's warm up through the fingers and wrists. Grab those 4 fingers, pull them under on the right side. And over. Over to the left. And over. Let's just do a couple wrist rolls, warming up. Reverse your circles. Let's open those hands and bring them in. Open and in. Open and in. Wiggle through the fingers. All right, let's get started. Bring that right leg out long. We're going to grab that big toe, open that chest up, bring that left arm over left ear. Keep that right foot flexed. Both sits bones are on the mat. Take a deep breath here. And we rise up. Bringing the left hand to the left side, right behind that glute. We're going to lift, open up through the hips and the chest, kind of like a wild thing variation. And we have a seat. We lift and have a seat. Lift, have a seat. One more. And let's take it over to the other side. Right leg comes in, left leg comes out to the side. We grab that big toe, we open that chest up. Right arm comes over right ear. Left foot is flexed. Take a deep breath here. Both sits bones are on the mat. And come on up. We bring that right hand to the right side, just behind that glute. And again, we lift, open up, and have a seat. We open up, have a seat. Open up, have a seat. One more time. And sit down. Let's come back to our seat. This time the right foot comes on the inside, the left foot is on the outside. Bring those fingertips right behind you. Shoulder blades come together. As we lift the hips and the chest, shoulder blades come together. Big inhale, exhale, have a seat. Do it again. Inhale to lift, exhale to sit. Inhale to lift, exhale to sit. Last one. All right, now that we're all warmed up, shake those wrists out. We're gonna come into tabletop. Knees are under the hips, hands come under the shoulders, widen those fingers as best you can. We're gonna lift that belly button towards the spine. Right leg comes out. Left arm comes out. We tap the mat and we lift. Tap, lift. Set the breath to the movement. Bring it in. Couple wrist rolls if you need them. And again, let's take it to the left side. Left leg comes out. Lift that belly button towards the spine. Right arm comes out. And we tap and lift. Set the breath to the movement. All right, let's come into a wide-legged child's pose. Knees are as wide as the mat. Big toes touch. We sit back on those heels. Walk those hands forward as we melt the chest and forehead to the mat. Make sure your shoulders aren't squeezing up by your ears. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath. Fill up your entire body with oxygen. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Let's round through. We're going to coming forward. We open up through the chest. Keep those big toes touching. And we sit back. We round through to come forward. Open up through the chest. Lead with the tailbone to sit back. Round through, open up through the chest. Lead with the tailbone. Last one, round through. Come forward, open that chest. And sit back. Let's bring our forearms to the mat. Our elbows come right under our shoulders, right in line. Perfect 90-degree angle in each arm. And we're slowly going to straighten our shins so they're in line with our knees. And then we're going to begin to come into frog pose. You shouldn't feel any strain. If you're feeling any kind of strain, pull up a little bit out of the posture. You should just feel a nice stretching in your hips and your thighs. Eventually, the goal is to be flat on the mat or on the ground. Now to come out of it, we bring our big toes back to touch. Walk those hands up. Bring one knee in, then the other. Coming back into your tabletop. And we slowly begin to lift the hips towards the sky. Coming into our first downward dog. Check your stance. Pedal through the feet as you breathe. I'm being very gentle on my right leg because I have a pulled muscle in my calf. So I want to be very gentle with that leg and aware, and I want to listen to my body. If something feels too much, obviously I won't do it. I hope you do the same. All right. As we stretch that tailbone towards the sky, we're going to lift the right leg high, three-legged dog, as we inhale. Exhale, bend that knee, open up through that hip, and then we're going to square our hips back and straighten that leg out. So when we come into our three-legged dog, we're not like this, right? You always want to keep those hips square to the mat and lift from the glute. When we bend that knee, it's okay to open up that hip to the sky, right? Let's go ahead and step that foot up, flex that foot, lower down on that back leg and flatten on that foot. Squeeze the inner thighs to lift, arms overhead. We're going to come into eagle arms, so there's a couple modifications you can do if you're not able to come into full eagle arms. You can bring forearms together, or you can just bring the backs of the hands together. When you cross over, touch the backs of the hands together. Full eagle arms is wrapping around. One more time, palms coming together. So let's sink forward with our eagle arms. Lift towards the sky and melt your belly over that thigh. Arms come over that knee. And we lift, coming back through neutral. Lift the elbows towards the sky. Sink as we melt the belly towards the thigh. Elbows coming over the knee. One more time, we lift up to neutral. Elbows lift to the sky. We melt forward, bringing the elbows over that knee. And release the arms, frame that front foot, hop up on the back foot, and come into a high plank. From here, we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, we lift the right leg and lower. Lift the left leg, lower. Lifting from the glute. Make sure you're breathing. And come right back to your downward dog. Pedal the feet. Take a deep breath. Check your posture. posture. Shoulders relax away from the ears, your chest melting towards the thighs. Tailbone towards the sky. Maybe you have a bend in the knees. And let's bring that left leg high, three-legged dog as we inhale. Exhale, we open it up. Open up through that hip, heel to glute. Again, three-legged dog, hips squared to the mat. We're not here, we're here. You see the difference? When we open up that open up that hip as we bend the knee, then we can open up that hip. We breathe in, we're gonna step it forward, coming into our low lunge. Lower and flatten on that back foot. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise up. Arms overhead. Coming into eagle arms. Again, you can modify. Or palms wrap around to touch. So we're going to sink. No, we lift. And then we sink. Melting the belly onto the thigh. Elbows come over that knee. Rise up to neutral. Lift those elbows to the sky. Sink into that front hip as we melt forward. Coming back to neutral. We lift. And then we sink. Unravel those arms. Frame the front foot. Pop up on the back foot and slide that leg back. High plank. Chaturanga. Chaturanga. Now, to modify, you can drop your knees down, or you can use two blocks in front of your hands to lower onto. Let's come forward, breathe in. Exhale, lower, elbows in at your side. Nice straight line. Flip the feet. Open it up. Upward facing dog. Shoulders aren't here. We're not cocking our neck back. Shoulders are open, away from our ears. Neck is in line with the spine. And we slowly begin to bend both knees. Then we curl one toe and then the other. Take a deep breath as you come into your downward dog. Pedal the feet. Breathing. Never depriving your body of oxygen. Trust me, it's much more painful when you don't breathe. Lift that tailbone towards the sky, melt that chest. On your next breath in, left leg comes high, three-legged dog. Breathe in. Exhale, we come forward. Look forward. And come right back to your three-legged dog. Inhale. Come forward. Into plank. Look forward. Keep that knee bent. Deep breath in, three-legged dog. Exhale, this time we step it up. Keep that back leg lifted. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise up. Push back with the back heel. 90-degree angle in that front leg. And let's come into our eagle arms. Modified, maybe they're not. We're gonna tap the elbow to the knee. And lift up. Tap the elbow. And lift. Using that front quad to lift. Tap the elbow. And lift. Now we turn and flatten on that back foot. Coming into warrior one. Back leg is activated. Lift that kneecap. Coming onto the outside of that foot. We lift the elbows towards the sky. And bring right shoulder to right knee. Coming just on the inside of that leg. You can also venture down if that's in your practice. And bring right hand on the inside of that right foot. Open it up. Open that chest. Deep breath here. And we lift up into our warrior two, then to exalted warrior. Straighten on that front leg. Maybe you do a bind by bringing that left hand around the back of you. And we bend on that front leg. See if you can maybe grab that thigh. And then we cartwheel it down. Coming back to our plank. Chaturanga or modified. Deep breath in to come forward. Exhale. Open it up. Big breath in. Bend the knees, curl one toe, then the other as you exhale into your downward dog. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. Check your stance. And on the next breath in, left leg comes high, three-legged dog. We come forward as we exhale. Lift that knee to chest. Look forward in your plank. Come on back up. Deep breath in. Exhale. Come forward. Deep breath in. Three-legged dog. Exhale. This time we step it up. Flex that front foot. Step it up. Stay lifted on that back leg as we rise up. Push back with the back heel. We're going to come into our eagle arms or modified. And we bring elbow to knee. Squeeze those inner thighs to lift. Elbow to knee. One more. Use that quad. Turn and flatten on that back leg. Activate that back leg by lifting the kneecap. Coming into warrior one. Torso's facing front. And we lift. Elbows to the sky. Melting forward. Left shoulder to left knee. Maybe you continue down, melting the crown of the head towards the mat. Take a deep breath here. Left hand comes on the inside of that left foot. We open it up. Open that chest. Take a deep breath here. We rise up, warrior two. Come right into exalted. Wrap that right hand around the back of you so you can see your fingers. Straighten through that leg. Extended. And let's bend that front knee. See if you can grab that thigh with your hand that's bound. And we cartwheel it down. Coming back to our high plank. Chaturanga. Modify if you need, or breathe in, come forward. Exhale, lower. Flip, flip, open it up. This time we turn to the left. Coming into our wild thing. Open through that chest. Look back behind you. Deep breath. And sit down. Come on to your belly. Hands under your shoulders. Straighten through those arms. This time we come over to the right. Left foot comes behind. Open up those hips and chest. Look behind you. Deep breath. Sit down. Come on to your belly. We're going to interlace those hands behind our back. Feet are flat on the mat. Really pressing through the hips and the tops of the feet here. We're going to tighten that core by lifting the belly button in and up. Take a deep breath in. Tighten that core. Exhale, lift. Keep that neck in line with the spine. And lower. Deep breath in. Tighten that core. Exhale, lift. And lower. Hands on the mat, right under the shoulders, curl those toes. We lift up, back to our downward dog, pedal the feet. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. This time we're going to make our way to the front of the mat. But as we cross one leg in front of the other, we're going to kick that leg up. And then we're going to cross it over to the other side of the mat. Kick that leg up. Cross it over again. Kick that leg up. Wide steps as we kick the leg up. And meet me at the front of your mat in your forward fold. Small bend in the knees. Tailbone towards the sky. Torso hanging heavy. You can sway. You can walk your fingertips over to the left, over to the right. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And we slowly rise. Reach those arms overhead. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Hands to heart. We're going to work on some balanced poses real quick. Let me tuck this shirt in because every time I bend over, I can feel my loose skin. It's yeah, feels funny. You know what I'm saying? TMI? Sorry. Okay. All four corners of that left foot evenly on the mat. Spread through that foot as much as you can. Standing up nice and tall. We lift the right leg. We come into our warrior three. See if you can alternate arms. And you can have a bend in that rooted leg if that helps. So one arm comes forward and the other behind. Do as many as you can. I mean, a couple. If you feel yourself falling out of it, just come back to the front of your mat. And let's take it over to the other side. All four corners of that right foot now. Let's lift the left leg. Hands to heart. Coming into our warrior three. Hips are square to the mat. Small bend in that rooted leg. See if you can alternate. This is how we grow in our balance practices. Feeling that wobble and shake. And come on up. Shake it up. Let's come into eagle pose. Left foot, spread through that foot, all four corners. Deep bend in the knees. Hands to heart. We lift that right leg over and cross it over the left. Maybe you put that toe on the ground as a kickstand, and maybe that's where you stay. Maybe you just cross the leg over. Maybe you can wrap it around. And again, you can modify the arms. Left arm's underneath. Sink a little deeper. If you feel daring, maybe you bring elbow to knees. And lift. Come on out. Shake it up. Again, right foot. Place all four corners on the mat. Spread through that foot. Hands to heart. Deep bend in both knees. We cross the left leg over now. Maybe you use that toe as a kickstand. Maybe you just cross that leg. Maybe you can wrap it around. This time, right arm comes under. Find your focal point. Sink a little deeper. Maybe you feel daring and you want to touch elbow to knee. And let's come out of it. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Okay. Earth to Katie. Come back to earth. Coming into mountain pose. Feet are evenly on the mat. You should still be able to lift your toes though. You don't want to smush your toes into the mat. You should be able to freely wiggle your toes. Tailbones tucked under, so we're not hyperextended here. We're tucked under. We lift that belly button towards the spine. It's not like a tightening, it's more of like feeling solid in your core. Chest is open, shoulders are back and down. Chin is lifted and slightly back. Crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Hands can be open by your side or to your side. And there's your mountain pose, Tadasana. This is where we always come back to at the front of our mat. This is kind of like home base, okay? Think of it as home base. Let's reach the arms overhead as we inhale. Exhale, we sit into our chair pose. Knees come together. More weight is coming into the heels. The chest is lifted. Tailbone is tucked. And we come into our eagle arms. Maybe you modify them, maybe not. From here, we bring the elbows over the knees as we sink a little deeper. And we lift. Bring it over to the right, twisting. Come back through center. Twist it over to the left. Come back through center. Forward fold. Take a moment. Sway it out. Make sure you're breathing. Slowly roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Reach the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to heart as you sit back. This time, left arm comes under. Coming into eagle arms, seated in chair. You should be able to wiggle your toes here. We bring those elbows over the knees, sinking deep into our chair. Lift up. This time we twist over to the left. Come through center. Twist over to the right. Come back through center. Forward fold. Take a load off. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. And we come into halfway lift, hands on the shins. Nice flat back, opening up through the chest. Deep breath in. Exhale, we forward fold. Hands come to the mat. We step it back. Drop those knees down. We're going to lift both knees off the mat by an inch. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we tap both knees one at a time, keeping that 1 inch lift off of the mat. So it's just like if you were in a plank, high plank, or even a forearm plank, tapping one knee at a time. You should really begin to feel this in your core. Breathing. Woo-wee. Lordy Lord, right? Come on down to your forearms. Knees stay together. We're going to turn that left arm sideways. So now It's a perfect L shape. I'm gonna slowly turn onto my side. My knees are still bent. You wanna adjust, make sure that elbow is under the shoulder directly. Hand flat on the mat. Lift that hip off of the mat. Straighten the top leg. And we lift, 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 breathing. Come on down, let's take it to the other side. So, come back onto your knees. We bring that elbow right under the shoulder and we turn to the side with our knees bent. Adjust accordingly, make sure the elbow is right under the shoulder, hand flat on the mat. We lift the hips, keep that bottom leg bent, and we lift the top leg, sorry. And we lift as we breathe. Make sure you're not sinking in that hip. Lower down. And come back to your tabletop. Swing those legs around. We're gonna do a couple core exercises real quick, and then we're done. Almost. We're almost done. Slowly lay back one vertebrae at a time. Keeping your upper back lifted. Keep a nice space between the chin and the chest so that your neck stays in line with the spine. Hands come in, legs come in, and we shoot out the opposite arm and leg at the same time, keeping them suspended, and we bring it in. Take it to the other side. It can be slow and controlled. I prefer slow and controlled core exercises to flailing, fast, hardcore exercises. I just feel like you get just as much out of a nice, slow and controlled core exercise compared to flailing about where you could possibly injure yourself. Make sure you're breathing. Hug it in. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a little back massage. Rock back and forth. Go round and round, making a circle. Reverse your little circle. And come on back up. Arms come out over those ears. Keep that chin and chest away from one another. Legs lift. As we breathe, we lower. Remember, slow and controlled. You got this. Don't give up. Your mind will always want to give up before your body. Hug it in. Take a deep breath. Let's give ourselves a nice good morning stretch so we can really feel those abs. Oh yeah. That feels so good. So good. Left leg stays on the mat. We hug that right knee into our chest. Let's open up that hip to the side. Flex that foot. You can also stretch that leg out. You don't even have to touch it. And bend it in. Stretch it out. Bend it in. Stretch it out. Bend it in. Stretch it out. And come back through center. Hug it in one more time. And lower down. This time, left knee hugs into the chest. Right foot is flexed. Straight down on the mat. Let's open it up, open that hip up, flex that foot. And stretch that leg out. Again, you do not need to touch it. Just make sure both shoulder blades are on the mat. And bend it in, stretch it out. Bend it in, stretch. Breathing. One more time. Bend it in, bring it in, hug it in. And hug both knees in this time. And last but not least, happy baby. I can't tell you how many times I see this done incorrectly. I see people straightening their legs like this, lifting their tailbone off of the mat. This is not happy baby. You want to melt that tailbone onto the mat so it's flat on the mat. Then you want to bend your knees, flexing the feet so that they're flat, facing the sky, like you're pushing your knees towards the mat without lifting your tailbone. Keep the tailbone melted on the mat, then stretch those knees down. Keeping nice flexed feet. Shoulders are down on the mat as well, so make sure they're not lifted. Relax the shoulders. The entire back and tailbone and spine should be on the mat for the entire time you're in happy baby. If the tailbone is lifted, no, that's wrong. Take a deep breath here. Maybe stretch out one leg, maybe both. But again, make sure the tailbone is on the mat. Maybe you do one at a time and you bend one in, stretch the other. Again, tailbone is on the mat. Take one more breath. And you can either come into your corpse pose to meditate, you can turn to one side and come into a seat, or, we like to rock and roll. Come into your little ball and use that core to get you going. Rock and roll a few times. Meet me in a seat. If you want to finish by sitting up on a block, go for it. If you do not have blocks, I suggest you get at least one. I would like to start incorporating them a little bit more. I just hesitate because I know not everybody has blocks. So it's kind of like I'd be explaining how to do the pose with the block, without the block, and we'd be here forever. So, yeah. Why don't we finish in a seat the way we started, bringing the left foot on the inside, right foot on the outside. You don't need a block. You can sit just in a seat without a block. Or you can be in your corpse pose too. If you are in corpse pose, melt your body into the mat, relaxing everything. Scan your body for any tension and release it now. And close your eyes. If you're seated, make sure your spine is nice and long, shoulders down. Nice long neck. Close your eyes. Everybody put your left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. We're going to take some deep breaths, keeping a nice clear mind, just being present with ourselves on the mat as we finish out this practice. We're going to breathe just like we did in the beginning. You count to 4 for each inhale, count to 8 with each exhale. At this time, I'm going to ask you to just breathe on your own and do your best to keep a clear mind in a meditative, peaceful state. Let's begin. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to our heart center. Give yourself a big smile. Gently open the eyes. If you're in a corpse pose, go ahead and meet us in a seat at this time. We're all going to reach our arms overhead with a big breath in, the biggest you've taken all day. Hands come together, hold the breath, and exhale, release. One more time, big breath in. Hands come together, hold the breath, and exhale to release. Thank you guys again for joining me today on the mat for day 10 of Evolve. I loved it. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope to see you back for tomorrow. Evolve day 11. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you.